they're kind of weird now. They're not the same. They're altered by the whole process. I don't think the Japanese would be nearly as weird with the tentacle porn and
if they
and
hadn't
all.
been so cucked by the Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam turned them into hentai-loving femboys.
Well, I still think there's generally something to be said for the fact that we spend a lot on the military.
Do we?
Yes, more than the next 10 countries combined. I also wonder how much of that you would think that would mean that if we took on the next 10 countries, we'd win. I don't think that's what it really means.
I do.
I think it means that every soldier leaves claiming some level of disability and gets paid for the rest of their life. I think that, I don't know, medical benefits and other fringe benefits that
all
barracks.
That's true. But we're still like outspending everyone by enormous leaps and bounds of monies more, like just enormously more. I mean, you see, like Russia's supposed to be one of the more impressive militaries in the world, and they're really looking like a paper tiger over there. They're looking foolish. They are looking foolish. That's the best word to put. And I don't know, like you've seen, we've been able to see the United States conduct its version of warfare for the last 20 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly W's, and there's not a lot of embarrassing moments. There's those times where it's like, oh no, we lost a battle and all of our guys died. It's like, yeah, but we went back and killed them all.
Yeah. I want to say America rarely loses battles. We sometimes lose wars, right?
That's a political decision. Yeah.
But if you just have a battlefield you want to own, America's good at that.
We're real good at that. I really do think that we are better than, like, I don't know, maybe not the next 10 countries, but I don't know, pick 10 European countries, it would be just conquer all of those. I feel like, I think just the amount of material and manpower, and what it really seems to come down is who's motivated, though, right? Like if you were to sick America's army on France, they'd be like, no, what are we doing? And the French would be like, what are you doing? But like, if you had a real enemy to fight, like Murka, right? It's what we are good at. We've got a lot of embarrassments here. We failed at a lot of things, but we're good at that.
And breaking shit.
Right? If you want to win a war, hand in hand.
We had the political will.
Oh, he's a good fighter, and he's great at punching people. I feel like they're the same thing.
No, I'm saying winning a war is like occupying a territory. That's tricky.
Okay.
Breaking your shit. Oh, we're outstanding at that. If you want to ruin a city, call us.
We might be the best at occupying territory too. Like if you look at our bases around the world and look at what we did to Japan, I feel like that's a great example. Like was it MacArthur that was the leader of Japan during that whole restructuring period for a couple of years? Like one of those, we just gave Japan to a U.S. general or admiral or whatever for years, and I want to say the word was like, you need to figure out what you want to do with the emperor, sir. Like, arrest him and execute him or let him do his thing, but that's a you decision. It's like and that all worked out somehow. I mean, they're kind of weird now. They're not the same. They're altered by the whole process. I don't think the Japanese would be nearly as weird with the tentacle porn and
if they hadn't been so cucked by the Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam turned them into hentai-loving femboys. Like our boy who's over there in the military is always talking about how him as I don't know, a taller than 5'6" white guy who's good looking and has muscles and tattoos is fuck, I don't know, Don Juan over there, because most of the Japanese men, he says, are not really into the dating scene, and obviously he is, so he's just I don't know, doing real well over there apparently. They don't allow my kind over there. No felons in Japan. They're very serious about that.
It's a weird thing about this generation.
Let's get you in. Come on.
Smuggle
the
me?
lack of interest in the dating scene.
Could you smuggle me into Japan?
Smuggle you in. You're not wearing anything noticeable other than those really horrible 1930s Asian eye sunglasses. It's the only thing you're wearing.